The next presenter and the last presentation is Cooper from Zambia. And in fact, he loves photography. I mean, he took a lot of pictures. Then really share us.
I hope this will be the moment when you also get a chance to take a photo.
Sure. I will.
I would like to start by asking a very, very simple question, which I always love to ask when there is a crowd with people from different backgrounds, different experiences. What do you know about climate change? Do you think climate change affects you? How long will it take you to begin to understand and agree that climate change is not a subject for scientists, nor is it a subject for environmentalists only? Okay, I'll go straight into what I would love you to know about climate change and how climate change will affect you today if you don't begin to do anything about climate change. First of all, I would like to bring it to your attention that climate change depends on you and me. Climate change is something that is caused by the human race. It depends entirely on the human race to create it and to resolve it. Climate change has always been explained from a scientific view, and sometimes attempts have been made to explain it from the economic point of view. I want to delve into the issue of how it affects you socially. You will notice that climate change, eventually, if you don't do anything about it today, will affect your livelihood. It will affect where you live. It will affect the water you drink. It will eventually affect what you need to have a very, very comfortable life. Because overnight, everything that you ever cherished, your dreams, can be washed away just in a click of a second. Everything could be gone. And that's exactly how climate change will affect you and me socially if you don't do anything about it now. A very, very important factor on climate change that you need to know is that climate change will thrive in about 4 different ways. Firstly, it's based on the energy, the production of the greenhouse gases. How you produce the energy really does matter because that determines how much you can affect the environment. Secondly, how you transport yourself. How did you come to this place? What means of transport did you use? What do you eat? Where is your economy based on? What is it that underpins your economy? Will determine whether we have a very good chance of fighting climate change or not. Let me take you to a subject that is quite closer to all of us because at any one point, all of us will be affected by a health issue. And I want to show you how climate change will cause nearly 250,000 deaths by 2030. Nearly all deaths by 2030 will be related to climate change. This is mostly going to affect Africa. Malaria is likely to increase. Access to safe drinking water is going to be even more acute than it is right now. Shelter is going to be a problem because we will not have any more materials that we need to build our houses to protect ourselves from the cold or from the heat or from the dust, and therefore we will be more vulnerable than we think we are right now. And nearly 60% of all budgets, at least for most countries in sub-Saharan Africa, will spend 60% of their annual budgets in fighting health-related challenges that are linked to climate change. That is a lot of money to be spent on something that we can prevent now. What does this mean for me to be a Mandela Washington Fellowship and still be here to talk about climate change? The famous words of Mandela and the first words that he uttered when he stood on that podium to give his first words were the words Amandla. Amandla,
Awetu.
power to the people.
Yes.
So at what point will you take the power in your hands to begin to address climate change as something that affects you directly at the individual level, at a personal level, at the family level? If you believe in power to the people, then you need to begin to think that power must start with yourself, trying to demand for a better way of protecting the environment, applying yourself to responding to climate change today and not tomorrow. That is the legacy you would like to leave. That you left a legacy which you created by actively involving yourself in preventing climate change, preventing the deaths that are likely, and also cutting your budgets and saving, therefore allowing more funds to be used for other developmental sectors. Thank you so much.